Hello and welcome to Team Leader Toolkit's Nuts and Bolts. Fantastic to have you here. We've got a great session on today and it's all about ownerships of problems in the workplace. Okay, so it's all about, let's give you a scenario. So you're in the workplace, there's been an issue where you need a new procedure or a new policy or a new piece of equipment or something like that. Okay, there's been some sort of problem that's occurred that needs some sort of systematic approach. So what usually happens, we usually elevate that to the management team. They problem solve and come up with a solution, and then it comes back down and we go and do that solution. So let me tell you the things that probably we're missing out on when we do that. So number one, what we're missing out on is if it's moved from one level to the next level up, whatever problem it is, it's often difficult to move all that knowledge and information about what went wrong and what the issues were and what the history of it was and all that. It's hard to move all that information up. So there's pieces missing and there's gaps. Okay, so that's the first issue. The second issue is there is a fantastic opportunity at that particular time for your team to learn by what's happened. So it's a great learning that might happen. And this is probably a perfect example of, okay, let's work through a solution, let's do some problem solving. Johnny, you know what's happened in the past. Nancy, you can tell us what's happened now. Fred, you were there when it happened the first time. Okay, let's find out what the problem was and then let's problem solve a really good solution. Excuse me. So that opportunity is lost when it's all elevated up. And the third issue with that is that when the solution comes down, whether they've decided on a new procedure, a new policy, a new piece of kit, a new way of doing things, whatever it may be, new standard operating procedure, whatever, there's a lack of ownership on the teams to be able to take that on because they didn't have any say in it. So this has just been enforced. And then you've got to drag people kicking and screaming to do this particular change. So there's three issues with elevating problems without actually getting the input from your team. So this is what I suggest that you do. If there is an issue and you think it's going to be needing a new policy or procedure or even a piece of equipment, there needs to be a combined effort. So we need to have a meeting at the team level first and decide what would be the best way forward. And then once we have got a couple of multiple pathways maybe of what we can do, then that needs to be elevated up with representatives of your team. So maybe take Nancy and Fred with you and let them talk about the history of it. Let them talk about the now. Let them talk about how important this piece of kit or this particular thing is, the impact that it has. All those sorts of knowledge and skills are with your team. They're not with the management. They work on it day to day. They deal with it day to day. So therefore, they've got all the history of it. And that's really, really important. So let me say again, if there is an issue with your team with regards to not the people, but maybe a procedure or a policy or a piece of kit, don't elevate it straight away for management to solve. This is a perfect opportunity for your team to get together, to problem solve together, to get some great learnings from it, and to get ownership in the solution. So many times I've seen, that's not working anymore, let's tell the boss, and then it's out of your hands. And that's the last you see of it until 3 or 4 weeks later when something comes down, they're moving that piece of kit out and putting a new one. Oh, right, well, who knows the new one? Did you know the old one did this? Did you know when we had the old one, it actually aligned better with that? So, there's lots of issues if you keep elevating and not look at problem solving in the team first. So I hope that helps. So your solution is have a bit of a brainstorming session with your team. Find out multiple solutions of issues that have happened in the past and what solutions they look like. You can use lots of different problem solving tools. You've got the 5 whys, you've got the fishbone, you've got the DMAIC, you've got lots of different sort of tools that you can use for problem solving. come up with some multiple solutions, and then take some representatives with you, and maybe they can volunteer. Hey, who wants to represent the team? I need 2 people to come with me. Hey, Johnny, you're really great at that, and Nancy, you're really great at that. Maybe you can come with me. Is that okay? Or get them to volunteer, and then take them with you. And then come back and present that back to them. We told management, we gave them the multiple pathways of solutions. They think number 1 or 2 solution we came up with is probably going to be the best. They're going to find the budget and the resourcing, and then we'll get to know him probably in about 3 weeks, and keep that communication going. And then all of a sudden, when this new procedure or policy rolls in, or this new piece of equipment gets done, then you've already got ownership from the team. So you don't need their buy-in. They're already on the journey with you, and it makes such a difference. So I hope that helps. So if you've got an issue with anything with regards to your working day, try and sort it out at the lowest level first, and give solutions to upper management. Hope that helped. Remember, if you've got an issue, if you've got a problem, if you've got something that you're looking to solve, why don't you contact us here at ask@teamleadertoolkit.com. We can throw a video together for you, and we'll hopefully find you the solutions you're looking for. But until next week, we will see you next Thursday. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll speak to you then. Cheers. Bye.